Have you ever set a big, exciting goal for yourself only to find that, a few weeks later, you haven't even started? You are definitely not alone. There's this massive gap between wanting to do something and actually doing it. So today, we're going to explore the neuroscience behind why we get so stuck, and I'll reveal a surprisingly simple, science-backed tool that can turn your best intentions into automatic actions. This feeling right here, described by neuroscientist Laura LeCunff. I bet this sounds super familiar. It's that moment where you know you should be doing something else, sleeping, reading, literally anything, but you're just caught. You're in a loop. It's the modern version of being stuck, and it shows a critical disconnect happening inside our own brains. So to figure out why we get stuck like this, we've got to talk about a chemical that gets a lot of press but is often misunderstood. It's not really about pleasure, it's all about the chase. Let's talk about dopamine.
Yeah, so we often hear dopamine called the pleasure chemical, but that's not quite right. It's not the reward itself. It's the brain's want signal. It's that feeling of anticipation, that motivation that says, hey, go get that thing. It's the same drive that pushed our ancestors to find food and build shelter.
But here you can see the two sides of dopamine. It's a total double-edged sword. The exact same system that fuels our biggest accomplishments can get totally hijacked. I mean, think about your social media feed. It uses the same unpredictable reward system as a slot machine to keep you pulling that lever, refreshing for a new hit. And that creates what we call a dopamine crash loop. You crave something, you seek it, you get a tiny, temporary hit, and then it fades. And you're right back where you started, wanting more. So, knowing all this, we try to outsmart our own brains, right? We come up with strategies to stay motivated. And one of the most common ones is telling everybody about our big goals to keep ourselves accountable. But what if that's actually making everything worse? We've all heard it. It makes perfect sense on the surface. If I tell all my friends I'm gonna run a marathon, then the fear of looking bad will force me to train, right? Well, the science says not so much. In fact, research shows that people who go around announcing their intentions are often less likely to actually follow through on them. So here's what's happening under the hood. When you share your goal and your friends go, wow, that's amazing, you're gonna crush it, your brain gets this premature hit of social reward. It feels like you've already done something impressive. This trick, this social reality, convinces your brain that part of the work is already done, which just kills your motivation to do the actual work. You get the reward without any of the effort. Okay, so the problem isn't our goals. The problem is that huge gap between setting the goal and taking that very first step. To build a bridge across that gap, we don't need more willpower or public announcements. We just need a better plan. Psychologists actually have a map for this whole process called the Rubicon Model. And we are fantastic at step one, the deliberating part, daydreaming about what we want. But most of us get stuck, we hit a wall right before step two, planning. We have the what, but we don't have a when, a where, and a how. And this is the exact spot where all our good intentions go to die. But what if you could make that planning step so ridiculously simple that it becomes automatic? Well, that's where this solution comes in. It's a really powerful strategy called implementation intentions, but let's just call it an if-then plan. The concept is so simple, but its effect is huge. You're not just saying what you want to do. You're preloading a decision for your future self. You're basically telling your brain, hey, when you see this specific cue, you're going to do this specific action. It removes all the hesitation, all the should I or shouldn't I debate. Let's make this real. Look how this transforms a vague idea into a concrete action. Instead of I will eat healthier, it becomes if it is lunchtime, then I will eat the salad I already prepared. Or I will exercise more becomes if I get home from work, then I will immediately put on my running shoes. You see, you're connecting a situation to a behavior. It just automates the whole process. So how well does this little mental trick actually work? Well, in one classic study, a group of women was asked to perform a breast self-examination over the next month. For the group that formed a simple if-then plan, the success rate was, get this, 100%. And this chart just lays it out so clearly. The women who only had a goal, what we call a goal intention, had about a 53% completion rate. Not bad, but by just adding that one simple if-then sentence, the rate jumped to a perfect 100%. That's not a small tweak, that's a total game changer. Okay, so let's bring this all back home. We started with that dopamine crash loop, where our brain's want signal gets hijacked by cheap, easy rewards.
If-then plans are the tool we can use to consciously hijack it right back. And you can use this for anything. First, just notice your own patterns. I feel bored, then I reach for my phone. See, that's the loop. Now replace the reward. Create a new plan. I feel bored, then I will open a language app or read just one page of a book. You're using the exact same brain circuitry that drives mindless scrolling to instead drive mindful learning.
Ultimately, this is all about being intentional. Your brain is a reward-seeking machine. It's always going to be chasing something. So the question isn't whether it will seek a reward, but what you will direct it to seek. By building these simple if-then plans, you can stop being a passenger in your own mind and finally start steering. So what are you going to teach your brain to want?